just typical. Another snafu. Never seen anything like that before out of dirt, that's for sure. Now we are super close to the dunes now. This is really cool. Their tent is destroyed. Whoa. This is freaking cool.
Welcome back to Brothers Cabin Adventure.
We're going to be heading to Chaco Canyon area. Real pretty red dirt around here. Rock kind of reminds me of the Fisher Towers. And over there we got some nice painted hill looking stuff. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Escalante and some of the rock surrounding the Zion area. So we're making our way to Chaco. We passing by Abiquiu, and we just went through the town of Galena. The scenery is really good out this way. A bunch of variety, which makes it nice. That was some real iconic southwestern badlands there. Landscape is ever changing out here. As you can see, we were just in some really interesting canyons, and now we're out in the flats in the middle of a big basin, I guess you call it. Definitely doesn't get boring. A couple parts are a little bit sleepy, just long flat stretches that are really straight, you know. We had no idea what our camp was going to be like for this evening. We kind of thought we were headed out into the absolute middle of the desert, middle of nowhere, and turns out we definitely are. We're at the Chaco Outlier Cabins and Camping, middle of nowhere. Hopefully we'll have some shade. We made it to camp. We are partially established. We got the tent set up for our relatives, and we got the solar set up on here, so the EcoFlow is charging. It's super desolate. We have one neighbor, so that's not so bad. And the property owner has dogs. They got pretty rowdy when we rolled in. They wanted to party with our dogs, that's for sure. Not in a good way. How the dog wanted to party.
Yeah, look at that. Dog scratches.
Current state of affairs, life is pretty good. Got my sunshade, hanging out with the bear here.
I'm hanging out with the wolves.
Yeah.
Feels pretty good in here.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the dogs want to be inside instead of outside. We're not complaining.
Yep. We're pretty happy.
Make sure when we build this bumper, it's nice and flat like a table for...
Yeah, or maybe we can make some slide outs and stuff too.
Yeah. The biggest smile on his face.
Oh, we got a dog here.
Uh-oh, I told Cheryl.
Current condition report.
Our food is going to be covered in...
dust and dirt. I should close this door because it's doing the same thing.
And I said, well, cooking in here.
So, it is windy as hell out here. So, we abandoned on cooking in the back, and we decided we were going to go ahead and utilize the interior cooking. And yeah, so first time using that stuff, and it's coming in handy already. Nope. It's definitely a lot better in here than outside. We're making our way out to Chaco now. It's only about 20 miles out of camp, so not too bad, but this road is actually rougher than the one down to Diablo Canyon, which wasn't that rough, but this one's definitely a bit rougher. It's like 55 speed limit, but we're doing like 30. So we'll get there eventually though. This section's not so bad. This is actually the best it's been the whole time. They were definitely good stonemasons. Yeah, they definitely were good. Largest Chaco Great House, 3 acres, and a great kiva, elevated kivas. Second and third story, rock art right in there, and then a ton more over here. Right in this pocket here. And looks like some holes that they tried to drill for roof beams up there or something. Up in there too.
2x.
Yeah, it's like a 2x a fir. But some of these are like logs. Right. There's like a gutter in there, man. What's up with that? Preservation. Yeah, plumbing. Yeah, it is different. All much more similar size rocks there. Apparently rockfall took some of this out back in 1940. It's kind of what you're looking at. Whoa, this is freaking cool. This is sweet, man.
Yeah. Did you check out like the corner windows?
Oh yeah, those.
There's been a few of those.
Yeah, this is wild. They let you walk in here. This is so
Right.
cool. Whoa. Wow. Probably can't. Oh yeah, you can't see it. Whoa. Whoa. Look at the ceiling.
Wow. That's cool.
Right? Safe to say that was pretty awesome.
That was cool to be able to walk around inside those and check it all out real up close. But I'm glad people are not vandalizing it and making it so you can't go in them.
Right? Yeah, that would suck. We just got back to the car, started it up, and we got a check engine light, so guess we're gonna figure out what that is. Good thing we brought our scanner with. Well, we had a pretty good problem here. This A&L fuse that we use for our alternator cable has fried out, and we're not charging anymore. So maybe we can jump these two on the same terminal and bypass the fuse and just hope they don't get too hot. Good thing we got a fire extinguisher. Yeah, that really sucks. Yeah, so at least we got our tow rope and stuff too, so you know we won't be stuck here. But man, definitely gonna be carrying extra of those in the future, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Well, I think the disaster is averted, hopefully. Averted, whatever, I don't know. Basically, we looked closer at the fuse and we noticed that the bolts that are holding the wires to the fuse block had come loose a little bit, so those wires were able to chatter, and we think that that created a bunch of heat and melted the housing. So fortunately it seems like the fuse is still intact. We tightened the bolts down, taped it up. We've got the alternator charging again, which is good because the voltage had started dropping really low, and fingers crossed that does the trick. So Guess we'll find out. But while we're here, we're gonna go check out Pueblo del Arroyo. It is. Yep. And now we get the rain. I'll make the dirt road on the way out fun. Nice.
Pretty sure this is like an old drain.
Okay. Drainage they had built in. Thousand-year-old structure. Little settlement's bound to happen. Yeah, fancy drain that they made.
Wow, they were pretty good with metal.
We're back on the old dusty road. Not so dusty right now because it's got a little bit of rain falling, sprinkling really, but we ended up missing the largest of the chivas at Chaco. Considering the situation, we decided to run with the tail between our legs. So yeah, we'd just rather get out of here. But we saw a bunch of really cool kivas, so I think we get the point. Got a pretty dramatic, kind of ominous looking cloud right in front of us. Looks like it's heading right for camp, so that should be fun. We about made it back to camp here. It's real pretty sky right now. Hopefully the sunset will get even better as time goes on here. Just typical. Another snafu. Their tent is destroyed. Well, we're gonna find out how destroyed in a minute here. I haven't even looked in there yet, but it doesn't look good. We're back on the road again. We're heading north towards Farmington, and then we're going to drop back to the east on some back roads and try to check out some unique Badlands area called Valley of the Dreams. Looks like we kind of lucked out. We got a somewhat freshly graded road, it seems like. We found the piece of machinery that's been working on this road, and we'll see if it's maintained past him. That's super freshly graded. There sure look like some lonely cabins out there. Well, we're a little over a mile out, and there's some people that live here apparently, so we're not quite as back into the sticks or the tumbleweeds as we may have thought we would be. Here's our turnoff. We've got a mile on this road here, and it's definitely more of a 2-track, so might get a bit more interesting. We'll find out. Yep, I would say that this road is a little bit rougher.
A little bit rougher. It doesn't help when you really gotta pee.
There is like one set of tracks in front of us, so there should be probably somebody else here. Oh yeah, you can see it out there. All right, we made it. So now we're gonna hike a bit, see what we can see. We got limited time, so we may not hike that much. It's supposed to be, I think, about a two and a half mile round trip to Alien Throne and back, maybe. We'll start getting a view of things pretty soon here, it looks like. Place is pretty wild for sure. This is like not even a quarter mile from the parking lot. So many little nooks and crannies to check out. This is really interesting here. This is like cave formations. Never seen anything like that before out of dirt, that's for sure. Wolves on a sand dune. That's really cool. I love the texture.
Yeah.
And it's nice and soft to walk on. Seems really fine. This valley doesn't have too much of it. Oh, weird. Look at this wall. What is it that? Oh, right there. Oh, I was seeing that. Really interesting piece of petrified wood there. I'm sure somebody put those 3 little rocks there, but that smile, that's all on its own for sure. Petrified log. Remnants of an old tree. Making our way back to the car. Sure was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a good time. Definitely worth it to check it out.
Well, we're on our way out of here, and we passed a sign that said wilderness this way, and that's the way we're headed. And we just passed another sign that said wilderness study area, so we're definitely back out here in the middle of nowhere. You know you're having fun when the ditch is in better shape than the road. Oh yeah, there's an alien and some other sort of creature and like an eagle. It's some other stuff on the other side. Do you know about Dulce?
What does that say? Crash site.
I don't know what that says. So supposedly it's joint human and alien underground military base, and there's some really interesting like first-hand accounts of people that have worked there. And supposedly there's like a huge network of tunnels that connect Dulce to a bunch of other places, like probably Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado Springs. And hey, there's our dogs. Howlin' Wolf. Bear, deer, some other deer, some trout. We're getting our first view of Archuleta Mesa here, which is supposedly where there is an underground base, joint human and alien, and there's some pretty wild stories about it. We weren't exactly planning on coming here, but it's kind of cool because Crestone is known for UFO sightings, like the San Luis Valley where we're going to be camped out at, and this place has a lot of lore with that sort of thing too. And it just happened to be on our way back to where we're going, so we were like, why not, right? Anyway, here's what it looks like. That was Chama. Looked like an old rail town. Not really sure what this is. I'm assuming like Chama's Pass or something. The railway is pretty cool still. The weather's obviously pretty inclement. It's about 40 degrees, and I'm guessing we might see snow if we get a whole lot higher up here. We'll find out. Well, we just crossed into the Colorado state line, and how fitting, it sure enough, it's snowing right now. We didn't know we were going to be coming over a mountain pass. Definitely didn't expect snow. Oh, there's a snowcat! Piston bully, I think. Oh yeah, they must get good snow around here. And that's a telltale sign we're back in Colorado. From snowing to dry and sunny in like 15 minutes. We actually ended up going over another pass. I didn't quite catch the name of it. La something. I'll have to look it up and put it on the screen for you guys here, but... Made it down from the passes, and we are officially in Antonito.
Well, another great night in Crestone, and we're gonna go check out the sand dunes today.
Yep, we're all packed up and ready to go. That was our final night of camping for this trip, so this will be the last day. Try to squeeze in a few extra sites before we head home.
That's a huge area. Super cool. You can see lots of people hiking on the dunes over there. Yeah. There's some at the very top and then a bunch down lower.
The Great Sand Dunes National Park now, and our family members aren't so inclined to hiking, so we probably aren't going to try to hike the dunes like everybody else wants to, because there is a ton of people out there too. I think we're going to go check out a four-wheel drive road that parallels the dunes for a little bit before it starts heading up into the mountains and over a pass. Hopefully that'll give them an opportunity to see a little more without having to hike. Got the Jeepers airing down. That's how you know it's serious. Oh, look at that, our first creek crossing. We're officially onto the four-wheel drive only portion of this road. Doesn't look too bad yet, but they definitely give you a bunch of warnings and recommend airing down. That should be a good sign, I guess. So we are super close to the dunes now. This is really cool. I think we finally found the spot that they warn everybody about, or at least the start of it. Got around a corner and it got real soft, and we let the Jeep Renegade try to go first, and it just about got stuck about halfway up this sandy hill. Luckily it backed out on its own, and then I jumped in the driver's seat and gave it like another 2 or 3 good valiant efforts, you know, full throttle ascent kind of thing, and it would just get so bogged down halfway up the hill it seemed like it wasn't getting gas. So that's going to be our turnaround point.
Yeah, didn't take the van up there because that's our recovery vehicle. If it got stuck, we'd be in trouble.
You know, we would be able to deal with it, but we don't want to have a bunch of extra hassle right now. So but
we got to get the relatives to the airport.
Right, yeah, but this is a great view here. Pretty untouched dunes, not a bunch of people crawling all over them, and the creek is not too far away either, so we're gonna go check that out. We got standing wave action. This is a unique phenomenon that happens here, the wave surges.
Like trying to eat something in the water.
The patterns in the water are really mesmerizing, like the sand moving.
Right.
Oh, he's picking up some speed now. Yeah, that's a little more like what I expected.
Oh, is he gonna crash?
Oh.
Whoa.
Yep. I wondered. Well worth it detour there.
Way better than going to the zoo in the regular parking lot, and there's like nobody out here. You get to be right by the creek. It's really nice.
Yeah, real peaceful. Now we're heading back out. We'll see how they do driving out. They thought they'd be just fine. There's a couple sandy hills, but I don't think they're nearly as bad as the one we were trying to get up there, so should be all right. But we got all the gear we need if they don't. That's some fun. And we're basically about at the end of the four-wheel drive. These dunes are massive.